well, here is our old friend, the L9000. We got some new logos. I'm not sure if that's gonna stay. I may tweak that, but it's staying for now. And that's because no DOT numbers anymore, no weight plates anymore, because we went to historic plates, much cheaper, run the risk of not being able to use it quite as much as I want, but that's okay. We'll run the risk and use it anyway. So we've got some things we need to tweak, and without going into too much detail, there may come a day where I need to get this into a little bit shorter space or on a trailer. And because of that, these big old 6-inch stacks are just, they're a little tall, that and my CB antenna. And I think I'm ready for a change. I like change. I like to rearrange the furniture every now and then and switch things up when they're not working for me. So I'm not a guy to get too stuck in my ways. So we're gonna cut some stacks down today. I don't know how it's gonna go. Let's see. All right, so I'm doing this at work, as you can see, so not as ideal, but the Lodestar Works is a fantastic rolling table to do this. So I've taken some exact measurements. I've laid tape as a guide, and yeah, we're gonna cut these, and then we're gonna reclamp everything. And we're doing this because I'm not gonna spend any money on this, because these stacks are expensive, and I don't want to do this again. So anyway, we're going to try to use the Milwaukee metal saw. We'll see how that works. If it doesn't, then we'll go to cutoff wheels, but that will build less heat. So, and we don't want heat. All right, we got the first one on. I love it. I absolutely love it. This is, I should have saved some money and bought them, bought 5-foot stacks in the first place. The Milwaukee metal saw is perfect for this. No bluing, no oddball discoloration, no anything. And the way I did this is the cuts will always be embedded in carbon, so shouldn't get any kind of corrosion or anything like that. And the new 6-inch clamps hide everything really well. Kept everything cuts down at the bottom. We'll have to do some hand polishing up here now my lower mounts were in the way, so I cut them off for now. Quick paint job, painting them up. We'll see if I even need them. I mean, there's a lot of rigidity right here, and then now with a short stack, we don't have much leverage. So I am leaning towards, we're not even gonna weld those back on. If we do, we'll weld them on 2 or 3 inches higher so it can run right here. But I'd love to not even have to do it. So we'll test it for a few miles and see what happens, but bring it back and show you the whole thing when it's done. Okay, there we have it. Finished product. And man, I think that's just so much more proportional. I agree. I probably could have cut them just a hair less. Sorry for the sun there, guys. And been a little taller, maybe. The problem is half the point of cutting them down is to, if I need to get it on a trailer that's in the neighborhood of 40 inches off the ground, this is the height I need to be at to stay right at 13.6. So, if we're going to cut them down, we're going to go low enough to make it work. I don't think that's going to be happening real soon, but I would hope that in the next 2 years anyway. It could be as soon as this year, but maybe in the next couple years is when this thing's going to start being on a trailer. So based on that, it only makes sense if we're going to take them down all the way to where we need to, because it's not something I want to do twice. So that's where it sits. That's the new stack height. Look at the sun behind me here, so maybe you can see it a little better. But there's a straight side view. I think just so much more proportional to the truck, and she's gonna tow a flatbed most of the time, so shorter stack height kind of suits itself for the flatbed, and just the overall proportions of a little bit smaller single axle like this. So there we go. All right, first start of 2024, and it's a cold one. 4 degrees yesterday, and now you can see right there 24. That's awesome. Yeah, not cool. It's a dreary, drudgy day, but I got the stacks all done, checked the fluids on the truck, went through the whole darn thing. Everything looked pretty good. I got a fuse to replace on subwoofer and a couple auxiliary lights that probably lost ground. Got to check out tomorrow, but in general, everything's pretty cool on the old truck. And man, I'm digging the new stacks. We had them tall for a while. That was cool. Tall stacks look good on the right truck. I just don't know if that short little single axle Louisville is it. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. I did all this because I'm actually going to be driving that truck here next couple days, and we got to make a run to go pick something up that I think you might find interesting. So stay tuned next week, and I'll bring you along. Hope y'all have a great week. Take care. Be safe.